When my parish priest asked me to provide a thought for the week, my immediate reaction was one of horror and dread. I thought, why me? However, in thinking about it, I started to think about the apostles holed up after the resurrection of Jesus, in the same room that they had enjoyed a lovely meal just before Passover. When Jesus appeared to them, he said, "Peace be with you. Do not be afraid." That then got me thinking about the apostles, and what a rum lot they were. William Ewart jokingly said, "How odd of God to choose the Jews. However, Jesus' choice of close companions seems equally odd. They are a mixture of fishermen, tax collectors, political zealots, even thieves. Judas may have creamed off some of the money from the poor purse for himself. And although they spent over 3 years in very close company with Jesus, they still didn't get the message of Jesus. On the way to Jerusalem in the tumultuous last week before the crucifixion, Jesus foretells what will happen. A short time later, some of the apostles are debating who will sit next to Jesus in heaven, and he rebukes them. Even at that point, they still don't get it. Jesus has told them he was the way, the truth, and the light. The way, both a path to follow and a way of living, loving God and loving one's neighbour. Simon Peter, the rock, perhaps we should think of him as Rocky, he was chosen by Jesus to be the foundation stone of the Christian church. Yet he was impetuous, quick-tempered, and madly enthusiastic. At the Last Supper, Jesus did the unthinkable. He washed the feet of the apostles, something a servant would normally do. Peter refuses to have his feet washed, but Jesus says, "Unless I wash you, you have no part of me." So Peter immediately demands that Jesus should wash his feet, his hands, his head, everything. Not long after, the tradition is that Peter cut off the ear of Malchus, a servant of the high priest in the Garden of Gethsemane. Hardly the way of Jesus. And of course, a short while later, he denies even knowing Christ 3 times. After the resurrection, Thomas, one of the apostles, is holed up in the upper room. He has to go out on an errand and misses out on seeing Jesus. Imagine his reaction when he gets back and all the other apostles are buzzing with the fact that Jesus has appeared. Thomas doesn't believe them, and unfortunately gets the epitaph of Doubting Thomas for the rest of history. He then says that he won't believe that Jesus has been there until he puts his fingers in the nail holes and his hands in the side where the centurion stabbed him with a spear. Of course, Jesus appears again and invites Thomas to do just that. Thomas just replies, "My Lord and my God." Bombastic characters, doubters, thieves, betrayers. I draw comfort from the fact that Jesus chose these flawed characters. How many times have we blown hot and cold about our faith? How many times have we kept quiet about our faith? How many times have we not followed the way? And how many times have we had doubt about our faith? Despite his faults, Peter became leader of the Christian church. Despite his doubt, tradition has it that Thomas converted India and parts of China to Christianity. So my message is this, my thought for the week. Just like the apostles, despite all our faults, Jesus has chosen us. And Jesus forgives us. And just like a very, very loving parent, Jesus loves us.